I'm Amber Runyon. I'm the founder of Legacy Candle Company. We started in 2015. We're a social enterprise. We work with women that have been human trafficked in Columbus, Ohio, and work with women that have either been widowed or impoverished in Ethiopia, providing them restorative employment, all while providing care for women and children in Ethiopia. So Legacy Candle Company came from, I had just done a fundraiser, and I had a bunch of mason jars, and I had tagged each kid's name with, like on a little note card, each kid over in the orphanage name, and handed them out and asked people to pray for the kids and to think about the kids. And the theme of the fundraiser was Be Their Light. And so I had all these mason jars and all these names sitting on my floor, and I was literally packing my bag for 2 days later to leave for Africa. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to stuff all my stuff in there. And I literally said, Lord, what am I gonna do with this? And it made perfect sense, a candle company. So did a whole bunch of research, watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and then started the process that way. So I started doing medical mission trips. I'm a nurse by trade, so started doing medical mission trips and ended up over in Ethiopia and fell in love with a little girl over there, Mulu, and knew that she belonged to me and that I belonged to her. And just continued to go over and visit her for the last 4 years, and knew that I eventually needed to create for her a better life. And out of that came the idea of Legacy, which was to help women there, but I couldn't let go of this tension of helping people here. And so just wrestling through that tension, I knew that I needed to serve both here and there. Looked at Columbus, Ohio, and what was our biggest issue? Human trafficking, and knew that it was wisest to tackle our biggest issue. So through both, we can help the women over in Ethiopia by providing them with employment and housing and funding, and provide the same thing here for women in Columbus, Ohio, all the while supporting the orphans over there, which is really what my huge heart is about the orphans. So working with the women over there and understanding what we could create that would sell back here in the States, it made sense to do the jewelry. So Africa is really well known for the paper bead bracelets, or just the paper beads in general. And so knowing that that was something that women here could connect with women there, and then just bringing in the gold, more of the gold and brass, was just something that is trendy now, and it just looks good, and it gives the women such a sense of pride over there that the women over here are wearing it, and that they're making something beautiful. So it's the whole beauty from ashes thing, and that we're creating something. They're creating something with their hands versus and making a living versus using their bodies to make a living. So it's this sense of pride and a sense of craftsmanship, and that they are making something that is just absolutely beautiful. The way that it's affected me would probably first start with Mulu, and that in all sense of the ways of life, she's my daughter. So while we live approximately 8,900 miles away from one another, she is my daughter. And so that kind of stemmed from I knew that I had to build her a better life, either be it here or be it there. And a number of people ask me, why don't you move over there? And the answer is, I can do way more here than I can do there. That doesn't mean that I love her any less or that I long to be with her any less. It's just my impact is greater here than it would be over there. And having Mulu and wanting to provide a better life for her, I essentially just wanted to leave a better legacy for her. I wanted her to have a better life because of the things that I had done. And so knowing that that was what my desire was for her, was to leave a better legacy for her, the name Legacy came from that. They're so thankful that we're providing them with something better. They know that when I come, that we are bringing, and not just me, I just happen to be the vessel that brings it, but that we are bringing good things. They know that when we walk through the villages that kids are going to be fed, and women are going to get things, and there'll be shelter and medical clinics, and so they know that when we come, good things are coming. And so just building those relationships with them and watching it go from just utter despair to just a thrill of hope. If we can just provide them with just a thrill of hope, it changes, right? I mean, the song goes, a thrill of hope, a weary world rejoices. And so if we can just give them a thrill of hope, they rejoice in that. And so, and then building into them and them knowing that we're in it for the long haul. This isn't just something that we're doing just coming in and going out. This is something that we work towards. And then for the women here, it's providing them with an opportunity of employment. They wouldn't, their rap sheets are this long, and they have a lot of issues that they need to work through, so most places don't want to employ them. And so the beautiful thing about us is that we know walking into it, this is what they're gonna what they're gonna need. And just enabling us to give them grace upon grace. Just enabling us to just lavish them with grace and say, you are loved and you are worthy and you are worth more than your body. Your body is not who you are now. And what we stand for is redeem, restore, empower, and equip. What does it look like to redeem them? Redeem their situation. We can't redeem them. What does it look like to restore them? Restore their situation, restore their health, restore their mental health. What does it look like to empower them, to build them up, to surround them with such a cloud of witnesses? And then what does it look like to equip them? Give them a job and allow them to do for themselves. That's kind of what we're all about. Part of what we're gonna do is job training and teach them, this is your legacy. Today is the start of your life. It starts today. So we teach them, our goal is to teach them job training and to really get into their life. What does it meet them at their need? Not us create some program and then give it to them, but rather them come to us and us create the program around them. Everybody's problems are different, everybody's healing is different, and so we just long to do that with them. So legacy, the whole dream and vision for legacy came about 2 years ago and kind of wrestled through what that looked like. We've been going full force at this about 6 months and launched just about 2 months ago. So we're making a huge headway and just really have opportunity after opportunity such as this just to tell our story. And more importantly, not to tell our story, but to tell their story. Our long-term goal would be to provide as much employment as we can to these women. And possibly even doing a residential program, and where we could see these women through from the time that they come off of the street, so the time that they get rescued, all the way through employment. And kind of where we see this going is we're probably going to launch a home line where we'll provide more home-like things for people, and again, just providing more and more employment for women. So a paper company where we could employ more women. So the whole idea is that the more people that we get behind our brand and the more people that we get behind the idea of legacy, the more women that we can impact. And so we are a social enterprise, and so we are a nonprofit, but we're not looking for charity. We're not looking for you to give to us, but rather we're looking for investors. We're looking for people who want to give, who want to build into these women's life, who want to use their purchasing power and use their funds and their donations for a greater cause. And so not that we're just affecting the one woman, but essentially we're affecting that next generation. We're affecting her legacy. So if we can start and fix the problem here, we're working it from both ends, and that we're fixing the problem now and stopping the next generation from that same thing.